In a world grappling with economic inequality, climate change, and political polarization, the search for a just and sustainable economic model is more urgent than ever. Enter Joseph Stiglitz, Nobel laureate and renowned economist, with his provocative book, The Road to Freedom. Published in 2024, Stiglitz's work launches a scathing critique of contemporary capitalism, which he argues has veered dangerously off course, benefiting the few at the expense of the many. Stiglitz lays the blame for this predicament at the feet of influential economists Friedrich Hayek and Milton Friedman, whose ideas, he contends, have fueled a form of market fundamentalism that has eroded social cohesion and undermined the common good. This essay delves into Stiglitz's bold claims, examining his critique of capitalism through the lens of different economic perspectives. We will dissect his interpretation of Hayek and Friedman's ideologies, separating genuine insights from mischaracterizations. Furthermore, we will explore Stiglitz's proposed alternative progressive capitalism. This model, he argues, offers a more equitable and sustainable path forward. Our journey will navigate the complexities of these competing visions, evaluating their merits and considering the real-world implications of their implementation. Stiglitz's central thesis is that modern capitalism, particularly in its neoliberal form, is fundamentally flawed. He argues that the relentless pursuit of profit maximization, coupled with deregulation and a shrinking social safety net, has created a system rife with inequality and instability. The gap between the rich and poor has widened dramatically, eroding social mobility and fueling a sense of unfairness. Stiglitz points to the 2008 financial crisis as a prime example of the dangers of unfettered markets, where excessive risk-taking and a lack of oversight led to a global economic meltdown. Moreover, Stiglitz contends that this brand of capitalism has externalized its costs onto society and the environment. The relentless drive for economic growth has come at the expense of environmental sustainability, leading to climate change, pollution, and depletion of natural resources. He criticizes the commodification of essential goods and services such as healthcare and education, arguing that they should be treated as fundamental rights rather than market commodities. Stiglitz's critique strikes at the heart of the capitalist system, questioning its ability to deliver broadly shared prosperity and a sustainable future. Central to Stiglitz's argument is his indictment of Friedrich Hayek and Milton Friedman, two towering figures of 20th century economics. Stiglitz contends that their ideas, particularly their emphasis on free markets and limited government intervention, laid the intellectual foundation for the neoliberal revolution and its attendant ills. He paints a picture of Hayek and Friedman as unwavering advocates of laissez-faire capitalism, indifferent to the plight of the less fortunate and blind to the dangers of market excesses. Stiglitz accuses Hayek and Friedman of promoting a utopian vision of self-regulating markets where individual greed magically translates into collective well-being. He argues that their faith in the invisible hand of the market led to a dismantling of regulations, a weakening of labor unions, and a shrinking of the welfare state, all of which contributed to rising inequality and social unrest. Stiglitz's portrayal of Hayek and Friedman as ideological purists, unconcerned with the real-world consequences of their theories, forms a cornerstone of his critique. While Stiglitz raises valid concerns about the shortcomings of contemporary capitalism, his characterization of Hayek and Friedman's views is often misleading and incomplete. A closer examination of their work reveals a more nuanced and pragmatic approach to the role of government in a market economy. Both Hayek and Friedman recognize the importance of a strong legal framework and government institutions to ensure the proper functioning of markets. They argued that government should play a vital role in enforcing contracts, protecting property rights, and maintaining a stable monetary system. Moreover, contrary to Stiglitz's portrayal, Hayek and Friedman acknowledged the existence of market failures and the need for government intervention in certain areas. Hayek, for instance, supported the provision of public goods such as education and social safety nets to alleviate poverty. Friedman, while advocating for school choice, also believed in a negative income tax to provide a minimum income for the poor. Their emphasis on individual liberty and free markets did not translate into an uncritical embrace of laissez-faire policies. They recognized the importance of government in providing a stable and just framework for a thriving market economy. Section 5. Beyond the straw man, the reality of modern liberal democracies. Stiglitz's critique of capitalism often relies on a caricature of unfettered markets, ignoring the reality of existing mixed economies in most Western liberal democracies. These societies already feature significant government intervention in the form of social welfare programs, regulations, and public services. From universal healthcare in many European countries to progressive taxation and environmental protection laws, governments play a substantial role in shaping economic outcomes. Stiglitz's portrayal of a world dominated by unconstrained market forces ignores the complex interplay between government, business, and civil society that characterizes most developed economies. While there is certainly room for debate about the optimal balance between market forces and government intervention, Stiglitz's analysis often oversimplifies the issue, presenting a false dichotomy between unbridled capitalism and his proposed alternative. By overlooking the existing role of government in mitigating market excesses and promoting social welfare, Stiglitz weakens his argument and fails to engage fully with the complexities of modern capitalist systems. So let's dive into Joseph Stiglitz's concept of progressive capitalism. He argues that a blend of market forces and government intervention can lead to a more equitable and sustainable economy. Stiglitz believes that this approach can address the shortcomings of both pure capitalism and socialism. But, the question remains, can this theory be effectively implemented in today's complex world? Now let's talk about the practical challenges. Implementing progressive capitalism isn't as straightforward as it sounds. There are significant hurdles like political resistance, vested interests, and the inertia of established systems. Moreover, achieving a balance between market freedom and government oversight is easier said than done. So yeah, it's a bit of a tightrope walk. Moving on, it's crucial to consider a balanced approach to economic policy. Combining the strengths of different economic models might offer a more resilient and adaptable framework. This means not just focusing on growth, but also on social equity and environmental sustainability. It's about finding that sweet spot where various elements can coexist harmoniously. In conclusion, while progressive capitalism offers an intriguing blueprint for the future, its practical application presents numerous challenges. However, the pursuit of a balanced economic policy remains essential. By learning from various models and adapting them to our unique circumstances, we can strive for a more inclusive and sustainable economy. Thank you for joining us on this exploration.